Hello everyone, and today, we will get acquainted with the new Linux distribution build with the Lxde shell. This is the AltLinux version of the 7th platform. In front of us we can say, these are the default ones. So let's see what we have here. Firefox browser. The version is quite recent, the 31st, not very old, relevant 32nd. So, here we have an installer. What do we have from the software? So, the program, as I understand it, is probably for viewing the image. Next, I don't know what it is at all. Judging by the encoding, everything is very clearly visible here. Some strange software. Either it's some kind of paint, or I have noticed this quite often in the Linux distribution, but I am more convenient programs. Why is this necessary? Well, here we have such a drawing machine. And the funniest thing about FRAV, why is he needed here? After all, in order to process the RAV, you still need a bunch of all kinds of software. And clearly not a computer for which you need a CD. No, well, I understand everything, that maybe you want to survive from the car as much as possible. You will install this distribution, but, in order to process the RAV, you need a lot of additional software. And here is a paint, a photo viewer of some kind, very stripped down, simple, and a program for a gift. What the fuck is he here for? I do not know if this program is needed. The distribution weighs 400 megabytes with Copex, 450. It would be possible to shove more important programs. Therefore, a big minus for the selection of software is, of course, a very big minus. So, further tools. The calculator is standard, Notepad, Archiver, File Manager Multimedia D drive. A very good player. I think it's very light, probably one of the best games. The version, if already given fresher, could be assembled. Well, the distribution is 450 megabytes. It would be possible to shove here, probably, and some simple video player. But they did not do this, but they put a program for processing the RAV. RAV is a RAW format. What is it? When you take a picture on a Surrey camera, or a pseudomirror camera, that is, there are mirrors without a mirror. Initially, a rough, raw image is formed. Then it is already transformed into a JPEG. So, when processing RAV, you can fix more jams than if you were processing a JPEG. That is, so such software is clearly needed. If you have already installed a RAV here, you could add some RAV Studio here. There is also such a good Linux software. Such a reduced, very simple Lightroom, so to speak. Well, a bunch of various other programs, and not just a pain to shove it all, and immediately, a program for processing RAW. The network smeared, Firefox, browser, what is already good. The start page, terminal, Mic file manager is very good. Some kind of Sakura. What is it? Cool, transparent terminal with tabs. I don't know. Well, what can I say? Isn't there some kind of harmony in the distributions of AltLinux? The only thing I noticed is in Simple Linux, a very successful build of the distribution, a very good distribution. But if you take a CD stop, then it feels like it is very crowded with something. If you take, for example, with Linux, then how does it feel like something is missing, or something is stuffed wrong? It's banal for some even 450 megabytes, but cram here, well, up to 600 meters. You can shove into the right software, pick up, check the software. That you were pushing something? Why are there two terminals here? What the fuck is this Sakura for? Take you a simple video player, and stick it in. Task Manager, let's take a look. Well, the fact that there won't be enough to eat is understandable. The installer. The settings will be quite default, although there are no problems installing the desired program in Linux. So these are the repository parameters. Select the source, click OK. Get information. Repositories can't say that they have everything you need in terms of the fact that a poorer amount of software, for example, if compared with the same do, or also Runto, or other domestic distribution. I do not know how things are with Aguili Linux, or Leith Linux, and without concepts. Naturally, Runto is the same distribution in Ubuntu. There is a set of software, you understand yourself. There can be no problems. Do, in principle, in Russia there is everything. I use it and am satisfied. I'm not just what is. 300,000 package. We have one S at once, but we have one S. Well, what will we need? We put, for example, Velk. Comrades. Well, is there a VV or not? There is. Mark put the Velk. Well, that's a lot of 17. Well, 60 megabytes there will take up all this business. That you didn't put it in the first place. What the hell is my and this FRAF needed for? Here, take instead Frava, and these fucking paints, where I say everywhere in the video, put a pint. An ordinary user who doesn't need GIMP or crit functions for fuck's sake will probably be happy to edit his avatar on a pint. Well, no, you put paint in there. Who is he drawing on paint now? Why is this necessary? Who needs to install paint here? Moreover, a pint is enough for drawing with a head. I don't. What do they think about when they collect the non-existence? I have no idea. Now you will say, some packages are not being delivered. It will get here. Like dude, you don't know how it is, what it is. Well damn, well, it's another thing to sweat there on the hydro. There's something else there, configs. Well, already with the repository to install the necessary software. But is it really that hard? The tank also got out. Shows the sun is there. Well, here you are. Here we have a video player that is playing. Well, all formats that are possible. The version is not very old. So I also wanted to show you a pint. Damn, it would be funny if it's not in the repositories. There's a pint. So, how much does it take for a pint? Damn, not that. I turned on the update. To cancel. So, again look for a pint more. Applause. 89 megabytes will be used. Not so much. I say again, the distribution weighs 450 megabytes. Add a velk and a pint here, and that's enough. That is, he would be about 600 meters and would not weigh the whole thing. Well. Nevertheless, this distribution can be put as a competitor to Debian-S. I don't think it will work slower. Despite the fact that you will get less hemorrhoids with the installation of drivers, because the drivers are initially present here. The fact that there are some buggies with repositories, I don't think something can't be fixed. So, we're launching a pint. Well, I think that I don't even want to compare it with the same paint that we observed somehow. Despite the fact that here, you see, the normal editing of the exposure. Well, let's try, I don't know, to even process something. Our boxing has gone down. I have launched a lot with boxing. So, we'll close one. So, any woman right? Let's download some. It's unclear where is the keyboard indicator yet? Let's even take her. Even if we have it retouched already, I'm not going to retouch anything. Here, open with a pint. We open it in a pint. So, I didn't understand, so, Alt-Z. So, as I understand it, here we have layers, here we have history. Well, basically. So, minus. How to reduce the image here? Well, it doesn't matter, does it? We take the same hotkeys, as in the Gamma Pad or in Photoshop. We press automatically and correct the exposure. So, is there something I didn't understand here? So, the colors are curves. Well, maybe the program is not weak. Well, I think it makes no sense to talk further about this program. Try it yourself. Here we will put a beautiful madame here. What do we have? That's it. So be it. This, I think, can be finished. Thank you for your attention.